and the moral for me that I learned from that story is sometimes don't run, address. And then if you don't get what you want out of addressing it, then you know what? Make the decision that's best for you. Because I normally sometimes just get so overwhelmed because, you know, with working and just people that need you and things like that, you just you can spread yourself too thin sometimes.
Absolutely.
And sometimes you just have to sit back and be selfish and make decisions for yourself, because at the end of the day, if you're not happy, you can't make nobody else happy.
Nope.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't, nobody else around you is ever going to be happy if you yourself ain't happy, and they're relying on you for some bit of happiness, even though that's already kind of a shit show if you're depending on someone else to make you happy. So
yeah, you're setting yourself up for failure,
Completely.
so to speak. You
Completely.
know, like you have to make you happy before you're
your
allowed to
happiness,
make anybody else happy.
Your happiness does not derive on someone else ever. I learned that the hard way. I learned not that I've ever like relied on someone for happiness, but I feel like I've been kind of like, I used to be, not try to be politically correct, but it was just like I was always trying to be like, do things perfectly, and then that just makes you hit a wall eventually, because eventually you're like, wait a minute, I'm a fucking person. Like, I'm a whole person that has many different layers and things like that. So,
but you know, we're programmed not to be people.
Yeah, you know what? You said it right.
We're programmed.
And I ain't trying to make this deep and like, woe is me.
Nah,
but
go.
No,
you know,
go,
like, you know,
man.
it's just,
It's the truth though. We're programmed.
it's life
not
shit.
to be
I do love having conversations where they're based on real things. Like, you know what I mean? Because if I can have a takeaway from maybe your experience, and vice versa, then you know what? Then that means it's going to also translate to everybody else watching. So, hey.
Facts. So, what are the origins of you? Like, how'd you get into the whole musical spirit?
To the whole music. Honestly, music has always been my best friend. It's always been my best friend. Like, those lonely moments, it was always music. So that's if you wanted a podcast of me talking about that, oh child, I'll give you a whole arsenal of that. No, but yeah, music has always been like, when things have gone awry, or music has just always been a constant fixture. It's just always been there, no matter what. Like, you know what I mean? I have my favorite artists, but it's just music. I go to music. I love new music, people I've never heard. You know what I mean? I think I look for an emotion. I think that's what it is. That's why for me, music is all about people talking their shit and being real on a track. Like, you know? So it's just like a Band-Aid. It's been Band-Aid at times. It's been a friend. It's been comfort. It's been healing. It's been... Now, as a creative, it's become overwhelming.
Because now you're in it.
Because now I'm in it.
Now you're in it.
And now there's an expectation, and I try and not live my life with expectations, but you can't help it once there's already people who like what you do and support what you do. You know what I mean? So now here goes that expectation of, damn, I don't want to let these people down. And whereas when you first starting and you're green, there is no expectation other than, oh, I'm just enjoying this, and you're learning. Even though I feel like I'm always a student of music, so I feel like I'm always taking from, or not taking, but being inspired by. But yeah, I just feel like I can't imagine my life without it. Even if I wasn't doing it, I think, for the public or whatever, I think I would still be creating music.
For yourself.
For myself.
Like, I imagine
It's
that
an outlet.
DJs do that. You know, I imagine that DJs sit there and they're at home, they got their turntables. Yeah, they sit there and...
Yeah.
Of course.
Yeah. Some songs are easier to create than others. You know what I mean? Sometimes I'm just not in the mood to talk my shit. Sometimes I just want to do like a fun little number or whatnot. And because to create a song sometimes where you're really... And the songs that I like, it's like a wound. It's like you're opening a wound. You know what I mean? Like, the types of songs I like to create. It's like opening a wound, and once you've opened that wound and you've expressed yourself, you feel so open and vulnerable and cut open.
Yeah, like I make the page bleed to see the feeling you get.
Man. Like,
You know, like that as an artist though, like,